Hey guys, do me a favor before we get started with this video. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, thumbs up the video and subscribe to the channel. But only if you're actually enjoying it. I want to earn your like or thumbs up or whatever it is. I don't want you to just do it out of pity. Good morning. So this morning, I'm out here driving around fields, turning hot laps, basically. I'm using this GPS to make a boundary and a guidance pattern for my brother. He's coming to this field to strip till. Basically, the last shank of the strip tiller is going to be in that tire track. This is 2 fields, so I split the field. The reason we're doing this is so the planter can come in and do these exact same tracks, makes strip tilling a lot easier, makes it just everything more efficient. We are doing that through this ag leader I have mounted into the rock sort. I do not have auto steer, but I do have GPS. So you don't need auto steer to make the lines, you just need GPS signal to make the lines. So that's what we're doing. Now we do have a chance of rain here pretty soon, so I'm gonna try to get busy with this and then go spread some fertilizer. Man, George must be having nose problems. Had to come hang out with BJ. Must be hard up for a friend. So yeah, there's George's new whip. The man himself. BJ's just about to get started. He's got 210 acres right here, so he'll never get this done before it rains today, but at least he'll be in one spot. This is a field that is fun to do. Nice, big, long rows. It's efficient. It can get a little bit boring, but now that you have YouTube and Facebook right there on your phone, it ain't as bad as it used to be. I used to read magazines in here, look at Auto Trader.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at, social media people. Coming to you from the cab of the 9410 at about 10:45 in the morning on April 8th. By this time, the cat's out of the bag. The manufacturer has released the strip till bar information to the public. Unverfirth Manufacturing, if you had them in the pool, you're the winner. So this is an Unverfirth Raptor 2030 DT. The DT is dual tank. I did ask him what 2030 stood for, and I can't remember what they told me. Super excited to be able to show you this, guys. When they delivered it last week, the night before it showed up, it's really like Christmas Eve for me. I slept like 2 hours that night and actually got out of bed like an hour and a half earlier than normal because I was just super excited to get a hold of this thing. I know Brian has said before that he loves planting, he loves harvest. This is my favorite time of year right now. I enjoy pulling this thing through the dirt and putting fertilizer in the ground, whether it's liquid or dry. So this is dry. It's a dual hopper system. I have 2 products on board. There's 2 6-ton hoppers back there. Front hopper, I've got potash. And the back hopper, I'm pulling a product called Mez 10, which is a blend of fertilize through our co-op. Uh-oh. Look at that guy down there. So he's not actually bringing me breakfast or lunch or anything like that this morning. He is bringing me a box of these. 1/2-inch bolts, about 3 inches long. And depending on where you're working with this thing, you can go through a few of them. Those are the shear pins that on the shanks. And if you were to catch a root, rock, immovable object beneath the surface of the earth, you will shear those bolts. All right, so there are replacement bolts and lock nuts. And I guess I lied. He did bring me food. Shoot, it's only 11 o'clock. He must not want me to get back out of this tractor for a while. Well, I don't know if we're gonna make it to spreading fertilizer or not. The wind's starting to pick up. BJ just called and said he's out of fertilizer, so gotta take him a load of Mez. And then at some point, maybe we'll spread, but I don't know, it's getting awful windy. We do have, like I say, a cell of rain rolling in. We might just leave that thing parked, unfortunately. I actually don't have a lot more to spread with it. We are spreading ground that has beans going to it. We have some ground that is variable rating, and that's what we were going to spread. So in about another day to 2 days, I'd probably be done with spreading. Of course, the tender's empty, but that's fine. I get to play in this thing
The more I run it, the more I like it. I wish Dad would quit leaving this window open. It's getting dusty in here. It's actually pretty handy if there's someone around on a job site and you need to talk to them. But I'm the only one in here. Never fails. Just gotta sandwich. Don't have time to eat it. I mean, it obviously never fails. Gonna wither away, I am. But hey, at least I got a Timmy's. Bag of Timmy's. I believe that's what all the Canadians call it. I just call it Tim Hortons.
Okay, so here's our rate controller, and we're running that through an Ag Leader 1200 in command monitor. You can see on the left hand side is our GPS, and in the bottom left there, I don't know if you can make that out. That's the product that I'm applying out of hopper number 2. Top number is our rate, 240 pounds. The bottom number is what we're actually applying. So we're hitting our target pretty easily. And then if you look on the Raven side of the monitor, which is on the right half, so we've got a couple things going on here. You'll notice in the top left area here, right there, there's PR1, PR2, those are products. And I'm currently looking at PR2, which is our Mez 10 blended fertilizer. Over here on the left is what we're applying. On the right is our target. Got about enough product to do 10.5 more acres. Moving at 5.7 miles an hour, 5.6. There is how much product I've run through the machine already since we've had it down here. There is how much product is in the bin. And the 2 green bars here at the bottom, those are my sections. There is a left and a right section on the machine. And the way I've got it set up right now is as I cross the headland borders, they will automatically shut off once they are, I think, 90%, 95% out of bounds. So, kind of handy, and you can probably hear that. The tractor's kind of lugging down a little bit, going up a little bit of a rise. Made it just fine, just dropped to about 1900 RPM, so pulls a little rough going up the gravel bars, but nothing to get too concerned about. So if I switch over here, this is our Ag Leader screen. It shows that I've run 19.2 acres, and there's how much product I've applied. An average rate, and then got top line's potash, averaging 59.1 pounds an acre. So far I've run over almost 1,200 pounds of potash out today. A lot of information on the screen. Once you get your product weights and densities and everything programmed in, it's been pretty accurate. I would say within a couple hundred pounds. So yeah, after a couple days of trial and error and getting bugs worked out and everything set the way we wanted it, I'm actually pretty pleased with how things are running today. Looking forward to getting the rest of our acreage done with it.
Well, this wind we got rolling in, this thing's like driving a Slinky or a Jeep with no sway bar. Got a little bit of roll to her. Bye, have a good time. You ain't gonna see me. All right, up here on the flat ground where the bins are, it's very windy, but we've got a few fields that are sheltered by some tree lines. I'm gonna go spread those. It's starting to get pretty hazy. I don't think we have much time. I need to hop in the floater and see how much fertilizer we actually need, and then maybe I'll eat my lunch at some point. So I don't want to use more potash than I need for where I'm going. That's odd. For whatever reason, one of the fields didn't print out on this list, so I need to go into the monitor to find it. See my prescription file for that field, so I can find out how much we need there. Actually, right beside my house, below Brian's. That's the name of that field. Don't get much simpler than that. And that field, yeah, we don't need a whole lot. So yeah, I'll put a few buckets on here and we'll take off. So one thing I'm doing is pulling this outside. The wind's whipping through that barn. I don't want to load it in there. It's going to blow fertilizer all over the floater. Park it in a way that it blows the fertilizer away from the floater. Don't want to get dust all over it. Fertilizer dust is pretty corrosive. Definitely getting cloudy. I would say we're for sure going to get some level of rain, or some amount of rain. But we could use 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain easily, and it would soak right through. Nice soaking rain for like 12 hours would be wonderful. But I think they've backed our forecast off to like 3/10 or something like that. I got this sandwich like 3 hours ago, so I'm gonna finally, you know, partake in eating this thing. Not looking good. Not looking good. We are roughly half done. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I'm pretty sure last year I was in this field spreading it with an oxbow and got rained out of it then too. Must be this field. Got it. Couple sprinkles on the windshield. That's it. It's starting. You can see it right over there. But we made it. It's sprinkling a little bit, but fertilizer will be okay. Definitely just in the nick of time. So that rain was pretty ferocious for about a minute. Literally about 1 minute. But I'm glad we put these, whatever you want to call them, partial enclosure on the end. What is it?
The gable ends.
The gable ends, because even with that only being 18-foot opening, we were having some water blow in all the way to about, you know, right around here. Almost half of the building. Now, it was because the wind was blowing this way, but I mean, if it wasn't for those, even more would have blew in. So I just got a shipment from Yetter, but it's raining. I guess I'm gonna get soaked. So I gotta take the forklift out front to unload it. Well, I think the big rain's over for now. My daughter's first softball game tonight, it didn't get canceled. I feel kind of like a wimp. We got canceled, but the softball kids are playing. Oh well, I'm going to watch the softball game. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, and we'll see you in the next one.